Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Um, I want to talk a little bit about, I know I've mentioned a lot, buenos dias, about the differences between reality and the movies and TV. When I was in Vietnam, I said about once a month we'd come back to the rear, and normally just spend a night overnight, and then we'd head out early the next morning. Oh, the thing was, and they kept us separated from the other Marines, and I didn't know why, and now I'm older and wiser. I know why. To them, it was a job because they were our support. They took care of everything that makes it possible for us to be out in the jungle. And later on, I found out it's 10%. 10% of the Marines got in or saw some type of action. So, in other words, 10% got into some type of a combat unit. But most of the time, what they did, it was just like a job. They go to work, they had certain hours that they'd work, stuff like that. But what they would do, because they'd made the rear was real comfy. It had to be comfortable for them. So they had television. And so we would be there, and like I say, they would get these people away from us, but we'd have free access, to the enlisted men's club and the places we'd sleep, stuff like that. They'd clean us up, stuff like that. They had television, and so we'd watch television because, like I say, we didn't even have electricity where we were at. So I mean, this was interesting for us, and I remember so vivid. Everybody sitting around the television and watching the TV show Combat. So, and all we did was just laughed because it had nothing to do with reality. So you just watch it over and over and just, you just laugh on all this stuff. Another thing, when I went, there was the movie Green Beret, and so that's kind of like what motivated people to join the military. They saw movies like that, and I say these movies. After I got back to the United States, before I went, I saw the movies and I thought, man, I'm real macho and stuff like that. So this is what I thought. That's what motivated me to get in. One of the things, and but like I say, it's nothing to do with reality. Now, I've been watching The Walking Dead, and I've got Netflix now. Because see, when I'm down here, I either go on vacation or I prepare to go on vacation, one or the other. So, I watch, and I'm trying to cover anything. The reason I can get through lots of situations is I've prepared. And the only way you can prepare is to think of scenarios that could happen and figure out what you're gonna do to get through it. Most of the time, when scenarios happen, it's and then you're screwed. You don't have a plan. You don't have anything. You're just waiting to see where somebody just threw you, and you're just waiting to see where you're going to fall. So, but in my case, it doesn't, because it used to do like that all the time. I got tired of that. So I decided to take steps so that stuff doesn't happen to me anymore. And it's stopped happening to me. That's one of the reasons why when I shot the guy in the convenience store, he didn't have as much experience as I did. So it was kind of shocking to him to have a prey turn and not only shoot him, but get after him. So, this, and so when I'm watching this stuff, and I'm thinking, and really what I'm watching for is the scenarios that happen. And I'm trying to figure out, are these real, are these scenarios that I need to prepare for? Or is that just making the movie or making the television show? Because they have to come up with something. So, and the people that are writing this stuff are writers. More than likely, they haven't experienced this stuff. But so when they're, and then when they, if they have experienced it, more than likely, if it's really the bad stuff, you can't make it reapply it again to the television. So, but one of the things that I've been noticing, and one thing I really dislike, because I've already seen all of them, and I'm Z Nation or whatever, and the one thing, I got a good imagination, and so I like the idea of what these people come up with. So I like to see other people's imaginations. But one of the things that really got to me, and still is, now seeing these zombies, they're not real, so you can go on and just kill them. They're not human. You can just kill them, and they really make a big deal about killing them. I mean, I don't need to see you go kill all these zombies. I mean, I'm really looking for the story and this type of stuff. There's not much storyline. They pretty much run out of scenarios really the first season, and then they try to put a personal touch on this stuff. But like I say, really what it is that they're doing is they're pushing the violence, and it's okay seeing that these aren't real humans. And really, I think all this stuff started with Star Wars, because they got their stormtroopers, they have masks on them and stuff like that. So you don't look at them as real humans. So you can kill them and then, don't worry about it because they're not real humans, so. And they're doing the same thing with the zombies. And what's happened, another thing, like I say, I stopped training SWAT when they started wearing masks. And that's because once they started wearing masks, their attitude changed. Everything changed about them. And at that time, like I say, I specialized in hostage rescue. It's counterterror, specializing in rescue and hostage rescue. And now, and at that time, that's what SWAT originally started for. And then they started changing it over to serving warrants. They started doing all kinds of weird things with them now. I mean, anytime there's a shooting, it's as if the police aren't even qualified to handle stuff anymore. So they just call in the SWAT, let the SWAT come in and handle it. And the SWAT doesn't know anything other than what they've been taught. That's why they have to go by their policy, their rules, their regulations that they do. They don't go by the law. See, that's the difference. It used to be police went by the law, the same laws that you and I go by. Now they don't. I don't know how many times I hear them talk about, well, they reached in their coat or reached in their pocket, and so then they shot somebody like that. And that they can justify that. And that's because in their rules of engagement, their policy, they can do that. Now, can you imagine us walking down the street and somebody's got their hands in their pocket, and we just shoot them because, hey, they could have had a gun. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. They don't go by the law. They go by their rules and regulations. This is what's making it really tough. And they're pushing this on television. They're trying to make it justify the violence and stuff like that. And they're trying to let people, they're trying to get their new crop of stormtroopers, people that will blindly follow their rules and regulations, not the law. And so, and then when I'm seeing this on TV, I'm thinking, man, you people got to be putting me on. This is way too much. Our society, I thought, we are being divided so much, that it just amazes me. Everybody is fighting, okay? Well, they're protesting more than anything right now. Everybody's just talking. And when that talk, it gets people all excited and upset. And especially since society has been dumbed down so much now, like I say, I mentioned down here, the unions would want to do a protest. What they would do is have all their union workers come over and, load them up on buses and take them somewhere. And then the unions would take the money that they make and pay other people to come. And so they'd give them money, they would give them food, load them up on the bus, bring them up, so they got a large amount of people protesting. Because they've taken away everybody's guns, so all they need to do is just get a large number of people and make it look like the majority of the people, this is what they want. And it's not like that. After all, this is a socialist nation, if not communist, and they go by the sway of the people, and the sway of the people is dictated by the money. So you just look to see who's got the money. Basically the same thing in the United States. George Soros is financing a lot of the protests, and like I say, they pay people to come over here or come over to do all the protesting and stuff like that. And look at the people that are doing it. They're uneducated, unemployed, maybe even union workers. I don't know. I'm not into all that kind of stuff. But I say, this is basically the way things are done. They dumb down the people. Back to the realities of television and the movies. There is no realities in that stuff. But it's more for entertainment. People use for entertainment. I use them for instructional videos. I know when they can shoot a gun. I know how you to shoot. And when I see them shoot certain ways, I try it. And I can tell if it works or not. And a lot of them, I already know they don't work, but they're for the movies. But anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts on the entertainment. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.